Welcome to another video here on the Giant Take Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Josh and I am joined by my co-host Alex, and we are here to talk a little bit about Mr. Brian Daboll, the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. We're going to go into him specifically, and I don't know when you're watching this, but whenever it is, later today on Saturday, there's going to be a video coming out talking about some other coaching candidates along with Daboll, including Brian Flores and Dan Quinn, and a little overview about those guys. Our plan for this head coaching New York Giants search is that we will have individualized videos as well, profiling the teams and not so much just the guys who are representing themselves, if that makes any sense. So with Daboll, we're going to talk about him, obviously, but then we know he was the offensive coordinator of the Bills. So I have some stats to kind of up how good of an offensive coordinator he is. But first of all, Alex, in wherever you are, because this is not your normal setup, I was going to say in the basement, how are you? Because that's what it looks like you are.
I've been kidnapped. I'm doing all right. I'm doing well. It's exciting with all these coaching candidates. And obviously, if there are like 50 coaching candidates, then we're not going to do an individual video on every single one.
No, the ones that the Giants interview.
Yeah, but assuming it's 5 to 10, well, they could interview like 50. Who knows?
They're not gonna.
But assuming it's like 5 to 10, yes, we will do videos. And I'm just setting the expectation
that they're going to interview 50 people.
Who knows? You never know. But I didn't expect them to interview him this
so
early.
soon. The same day they announced that
he was hired
Joe Shane.
It's crazy. But I'm excited. He's probably one of my favorites for head coach, and hopefully the interview went well. And it's good that we got it in before the conference championships. Or divisional matchups.
No, you're good for the Giants though, to make the announcement, and it seemed like Shane probably was the GM for a little bit longer than we know. For them to sneak in, or maybe he was all right, you're the GM, and then he was like so excited that he's like, are you good with Daboll coming on a Zoom later today? I mean, he probably just wanted to get to work as early as possible, which that shows the work ethic of Joe Shane on the Shane train, as the Giants Twitter has latched onto now, and I will take it and ride with it myself.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, really? The Shane train? Yeah, check it out.
I haven't been on. Admittedly, I have not been on Twitter much since the news got announced, but I'll have to take a look now. Shane train?
And so what I'm saying here, I'm gonna be riding the Shane train as we move along, talking about Brian Daboll, right? The word play. So let's start out with the Giants, because they tweeted out publicly that, or put on their socials, that they interviewed Brian Daboll for the head coaching position. This is his experience. His current position is the Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator. It's his 21st year in the NFL, his 4th with the Bills. Has overseen the development of QB Josh Allen, who finished second in the MVP voting last season in 2020. Has voted the AP's NFL Assistant Coach of the Year in 2020. Joined the Bills in 2018 to help lead Alabama to a national championship in 2017. Yeah, joined the Bills in 2018 after. Okay, said that correctly. Spent more than a decade with the Patriots and has been an offensive coordinator for the Browns, Dolphins, and Chiefs. Okay, and then just a West Seneca native, Daboll played collegiately at the University of Rochester. So that's a little bit about him that the Giants wanted you to know, I guess. And Alex, I'll throw out some stats from last season and this season when he was voted the assistant coach of the year last year. What do you want to start with? I guess you'll react to the stats I throw out there, because we didn't talk about this beforehand.
Yeah, I kind of have a sense of what the stats most likely are. But yeah, go through them, and we'll recap.
So we can talk about, I guess, moving clockwise, the when he was awarded the assistant coach of the year. This was his stats as the offensive coordinator. So last season, the Bills were second in total yards and second in yards per game, only behind the Kansas City Chiefs, who came in first in both those categories. They were third in passing yards and third in yards per game. And the Bills were second in points and also the second in points per game. And then that's the year he was awarded. And then also Josh Allen came second in MVP voting, like it said in the Giants thing. So I think he had a big thing to do with that, but also the play calling of Brian Daboll probably did as well.
Yeah, for sure. And those numbers speak a lot to how good the Bills' offense has been the last couple years. Maybe not particularly strong in the run game, but they also don't have the pieces for that really. So maybe if they build this team a more downhill, or as Joe Judge like to say, punch you in the mouth type of offense, then maybe we see more of that. But the passing attack with Josh Allen, using the RPO game with Josh Allen, just all sorts of things that, you could possibly do with Daniel Jones or whatever new quarterback may come in here. And the development of a new quarterback is going to be so important. That's why I'm really looking for an offensive guy to be the head coach. And there's no one really better at the moment than Brian Daboll.
And I could tell you right now, Joe Judge definitely didn't punch you in the mouth for a full 60 minutes, if even
He
10 I
made
could
me
put on the
feel
board.
like I should punch myself in the mouth while watching the Giants play, but yes.
For a good 60 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're better. We're in brighter days now, greener grass down the field, hopefully. And I would like to say now, transitioning from the 2020 stats when he was the assistant coach of the year to this year, not a significant change. They are still ranked in these stats. Notice how I didn't mention running stats, Alex, as you said that. They have a good, back to, duo with Zach Moss and Devin Singletary, but they're not putting up 1,000-yard seasons. Nothing,
They're
close, or
average
maybe,
running backs. They're nothing special.
yeah, they're nothing special. They're a good duo again, but the stats when it comes to passing, total yards, and points remain consistent, and that is this season the Bills were 5th in yards per game during the regular season, 5th in total yards, 3rd in total points, and 3rd in points per game. All of those stats, very good. We want the Giants to do that, who probably ranked in the bottom half of most of these categories, right? They never scored points in games. They didn't get many yards, if anything. They got turnovers. So this is something that hopefully, if Daboll does come in as the new head coach of the New York Giants, can turn it around and has that experience and chemistry with Joe Schoen as the GM. Comparing age-wise, I know that's a big factor to some people who want to look younger. Daboll's kind of smack dab in the middle at 46 years old. So I think that's a good age compared to the other candidates. We look at who we're talking about tomorrow in the video. Brian Flores, today. We're recording this Friday night, so I don't know. It's hard with the timing. Brian Flores, who is 40, and Dan Quinn, who's 51. It also came out that the Giants this weekend are also going to interview Leslie Frazier, who's the Bills' defensive coordinator, who hopefully when we're able to, we can do. Probably he'll be the next one. The overview on him. So
yeah, depending on the schedule of the interviews, yeah.
Well, yeah, he'll be second.
It probably will be. Yeah, he's second, right?
Yeah, he's second.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to do that in the next couple days. Here are just some quotes that I wanted to read from. Some of them a little bit of repetition in them, but this is from Giants.com. And I think with what they do with statistics and stuff, and they put in the bio, and I like to just take some quotes from there. So here are a few. I'll read through them real quick. So in 2021, Daboll's offense excelled as Buffalo won its second straight AFC East title with an 11-6 record. And obviously, I'm looking to my right side. I don't know if it's the same way in the camera. That's because I'm reading off my notes. The Bills finished 3rd in the NFL with 28.4 points a game and 5th with 381.9 yards a game. Quarterback Josh Allen finished 6th in the league with a franchise record 409 completions. 7th with 36 touchdown passes, and 8th with 4,470 yards. Allen's favorite target, wide receiver Stephon Diggs, caught 103 passes for 1,225 yards and 10 touchdowns. And then the other one was in 2020, Daboll was voted the AP's NFL Assistant Coach of the Year after the Bills finished 3-13 and unseated longtime powerhouse New England dropped atop the division. Allen finished 2nd in the NFL Most Valuable Players voting after setting Buffalo. I can't read single season franchise records with 4,544 yards, 37 touchdown passes, a 69.2 completion percentage, and a 107.2 passer rating. Daboll has 20 years of experience in the NFL, spent 11 seasons with the Patriots in 2000 to 2006 and 2013 to 2016 in a variety of roles, and helped the franchise win 5 Super Bowls. And then he also has been with the Browns, Dolphins, and Chiefs. There's some repetition there. So that's really the bio into head coaching candidate for the New York Giants, Brian Daboll. We thank you so much for watching this little video here. You can go subscribe, please. Drop a like on this video and all the videos on the Giant Take. We've uploaded a lot recently the last week or so, so we really appreciate it. You can check out all the content, as it's still very relevant to this New York Giants team. You can also subscribe to our podcast. That's why we're here. The Giant Take podcast is linked below, as Alex is pointing to. You can go to shipitstudios.com/the Giant Take. Shipitstudios.com/the Giant Take. And then on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, those are the main two. You can subscribe, and there's a bunch of other places. On that Ship It Studios link, you can find all the places you can listen. Okay. With that, thank you so much for watching again. We will see you next time on another video. Peace.